Hello, I'm Goose and welcome to Pocket. Today on the show, I'm down in Melbourne to chat to some chiptune artists. Christy, can you tell us a bit about Square Sounds and how it's evolved?
Square Sounds had its beginnings in a festival called Blip Festival, which was the biggest, everyone thinks it was the biggest chip music festival. It ran for 5 or 6 years. It started in New York. We did an Australian version 4 years ago. Unfortunately, that was the only Blip Festival Australia, and then the New York guys decided they didn't want to do it anymore. Ourselves and the Tokyo team decided we wanted to keep going, so now we have Square Sounds Melbourne and Square Sounds in Tokyo, which is in September.
Fantastic. And what's this chiptune scene in Australia been like over those couple of years?
It's getting bigger and bigger. We're finding so many new artists that are sort of coming out of the woodwork. We do open mics every year and just discover some amazing new artists. Like a couple of the guys that have played last night and tonight have been people that came up and did their 10 minutes of open mic time and blew us away and have progressed up to playing the main stage.
How did you first get onto the chiptune scene?
I first heard of Saberpulse, who's another chiptune artist from the UK, and I was just instantly hooked. I was just like, what is this music? I need to find out. And so I got myself kitted out and started writing music as a hobby, and it was really cool.
I got into chiptune when I was really young, and I had an older brother who showed me how to make music on the computer. Once he taught me how to make music, I stopped playing games pretty much and just started to make music on this Amiga home computer that we had at the time. I got interested in just how sort of lo-fi it was, I guess. I really liked that it was rough and raw. I mean, it was really, really strange in the beginning, of course, because it was just, everybody thought it was pretty stupid. In Sweden, it sort of happened, quite early. It got kind of trendy, and I got to play on these big festivals. And there was even a Game Boy music group who got a Swedish Grammy in 2003 or something like that. So it was, it got popular really, really fast in Sweden.
There's a big scene here for chiptune. I was actually quite shocked about how big Square Sounds is here, because and that's great because it's really refreshing to see there's a lot of crew of people here that are either into video games, doing Twitch streams, or making chiptune or just making music in general. And yeah, that's nice. I mean, I've got to meet like a lot of people, and I think that's probably the most rewarding about any sort of chip show is that you meet so many people that are like-minded, and you'll have so much in common, and you'll stay in contact, and you'll see each other like all the time. It's just like having your own sort of home from home sort of thing.
What sort of future are you hoping for something like Square Sounds?
Australia's in a kind of interesting place because we're so far away from everyone else. It's a little bit different from your festivals that are in Europe or in the US. I guess what I would hope is that the distance between us and the international community gets a little bit smaller. I mean, it's one thing for us to get international people to come in and actually play the festival and attend it, but you want that to be all over the place. So you want our local people to be travelling more internationally as well, and just making the world a little bit smaller.
Well, that's it for today's show. If you're a fan of chiptunes, let us know who you're listening to these days. Otherwise, may all your games be good ones. Goose out.